Tonight, we look at a sports tournament that has flourished from humble beginnings into an internationally renowned event that attracts teams and athletes from around the globe to the New South Wales Central Coast, and how it was all built on the vision and determination of one man. Imagine a place where some of the world's greatest sevens rugby players gather to do battle. Imagine a tournament, tough and uncompromising. The vibrant atmosphere both electric and exciting, where the spirit of community is potent and embraced by every player, coach and spectator.
This tournament particularly is probably one of the strongest tournaments in the world.
Quality of the tournament's first class. We get looked after well and it's an awesome atmosphere here.
Words got out and teams want to be in this tournament, so it's great to see New Zealand, the Fijians, Canada.
It's my first time here and I've been massively impressed by the organisation and also the calibre of the teams that we've got.
We're here to certainly play in what I believe is a very, very tough tournament.
This is the University of Newcastle's Central Coast Sevens, an event that proves if you build it, they will come. With the inclusion of sevens in the Rio Olympics, the 2015 tournament is being viewed in the sevens world as a perfect opportunity for teams to develop, trial and prepare for the biggest year in sevens history. Wyong was the destination for 2 days of intense competition, all in the name of one of the globe's fastest growing team sports and one of the world's most highly regarded tournaments. Over the next 30 minutes, we profile the work that goes into preparing the Central Coast Sevens and the lead up to the 2015 tournament through the eyes of the man who built the event from scratch.
Craig Morgan. Yeah, definitely. The tickets are on sale at the gate or online, www.centralcoast7s.com.au.
Craig Morgan is that one man, and he knows how to share the vision of his tournament. Ever since its inception, sharing the vision has become a daily mantra.
Yeah, the Central Coast Sevens is widely regarded as the strongest invitational sevens tournament outside the World Series and leading domestic sevens tournament in Australia. Every year the standard of the tournament, the level of competition has risen significantly. This year again we'll see the highest standard of competing teams we've ever had. The Olympics obviously has played a major part. The international teams are seeing value in the development stages as well as hit-outs in preparation for the World Series and Olympic qualifiers.
Virtually a one-man band, supported by family and close friends, Morgan does not shy away from the labour-intensive demands of running the event.
Very hard to put into words the depth of work that's involved with pulling the tournament off every year. It's quite significant. We've built momentum, which is first key to its success. That's having teams interested in competing. Without the teams, you don't have a competition, so that's crucial. It's just never ending. It's a constant work in progress, so there's never really a start and finish. It's just constantly evolving, and 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, there's something available and something happening. Basically every day starts off with me on social media and the phone, so checking emails. The Sevens is always there. There's always something to do and someone to speak to or someone to meet, someone to email. I say it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's obviously not 100% accurate, but mentally it's always there, so it's not something I can shut off from.
Craig's a very passionate person about rugby especially. He's a very giving person. The Sevens tournament is very demanding of Craig's time. He spends basically from January, February through to November working on it. He will come home from work at 5:30, get on the computer, do the social media, sometimes up until 1 or 2 in the morning. He'll spend time with the kids when he can, but as soon as they're in bed, he's back on doing more work for it. He just gets the satisfaction of knowing what he's achieved. He doesn't get much more out of it. He loves the fact that he's got teams from all around the world coming.
There is a toll to pay. I think the family have sacrificed a lot in relation to time. I am very driven for what I do, and quite often the family sacrifice that time.
How Craig manages this tournament, I honestly sometimes I don't know. The whole tournament is quite full on, but the gentleman seems to take it in his stride, manages it quite impeccably.
I've been involved with rugby since the age of 7, played since then, administered at clubs, coached at clubs, and it's my way of contributing. It provides development opportunities, it helps raise the profile of the game. We're lucky enough that being in a regional area, it's the highest profile rugby we get on the Central Coast, as well as it's internationally renowned, so it's my way of contributing back. Sometimes I ask myself why I do it, but yeah, the simple answer is I love it.
One such organisation that will use the Central Coast Sevens as an important stepping stone into the Olympic year are the Australian Men's and Women's National Sevens program, centralised in Narrabeen, and under the watchful eye of coach and former player Tim Walsh.
Clocked up probably a bit more than we needed to. All right, so I want this with intensity. Okay, and it'll be 9 seconds off, 9 seconds on that coloured cone sort of attack drill. All clear. All right, field 3.
Obviously the Olympics in August in 2016, so I think everyone sort of got their eye on peak performance for that. We'll be able to win every tournament, but I guess at the back of everyone's mind again is that peak performance around August. So the Central Coast for us is perfect timing in terms of, for one, an international competition on our doorstep. Playing for Australia in home against some international opposition, but also the ability to prepare for our Olympic qualifier in November. Taco!
Morgan has found a helpful local ally in the promotion of the tournament in Jesse Parahi, who will use the event as a final hometown farewell to the Sevens game.
I met Craig the first year the Central Coast had run. He wanted a few ambassadors from the area and asked if I'd be interested, and of course, yeah, I'd love to get back there, and it was a good opportunity for me to get involved in the community I grew up in.
Easily lost in the blur of the high-impact nature of Sevens is the fundamental task of playing and preparing for a living. The advent of the World Series has birthed a career path for athletes with the unique skill set required to play the game year-round.
Down, up. Good, Con. Drive up, lock it out. Good.
I think it's great that the program's now been centralised down here at Narrabeen, so we're training as a full-time squad, pretty much 9 to 5 every day. The program's very professional in the way it's run.
We're very fortunate we've got elite athletes, and I think to be a Sevens player you need to be a complete rugby player. You look at their testing results, they've never been fitter, never been stronger. I foresee that rugby players who want to be better rugby players are going to want to be Sevens players.
Those elite rugby players will soon make their first stop on the road to Rio. This preparation lies 60 minutes north on the Central Coast. The launch marks the official countdown before the event starts, and in typical fashion, the location is far from the bright lights and big city, rather an idyllic lakeside location, making a perfect community setting.
The launch is designed to, I suppose, engage but also captivate people's imaginations. We try to do something different every year so it's relevant.
Firstly, thank you to everyone who's come out tonight. Greater Toukley Vision for helping facilitate this afternoon, this evening, and for everyone who took responsibility for the weather today.
This year we've got some major announcements with the University of Newcastle signing on as our naming rights partner.
Look, it's a pleasure for the university to be involved with this, and so it's just fantastic to continue that.
On behalf of the New South Wales Government, the Baird Government, it's my pleasure to be here tonight to help you launch the 2015 Central Coast Sevens.
Growth isn't the only direction forward that Morgan has enjoyed, with teams, sponsorship, prize money and attention increasing every year. But this launch pays special homage to a member of the Sevens community, one of the tournament's biggest supporters.
We've got a special tribute to Jesse Parahi, who's one of our ambassadors, plays for the Aussie men's Sevens side. We've decided to honour him and have a special presentation with a portrait done by Brad Blaze, who's an internationally renowned speed painter.
Give it up for Jesse! All right. It's been an honour to be a part of this rugby festival. Craig and the guys have done so much good work, and the competition's world class. There's no other competition in the world that has 6 or 7 national sides competing in a domestic tournament. It's just unbelievable, and if you can get out and watch the footy, it's something special to watch.
On the eve of the festival, Morgan's drive to give back to the local community and to help engagement for the game allows some of the locals to mix with the Seven Stars.
We're at the Glen Centre, Drug and Alcohol Centre for men. This centre was opened up in 1996 to deal with people's problems with drugs and alcohol, and it's helped thousands of men get well, and it's a really, really positive place for people to come and get well. We've got the Tabadamu Sevens team coming here tonight, and we're just going to show them around and show them what we do here at the Glen. We've got our dance troupe that are going to perform for the guys as soon as they get here, and show them some of our Aboriginal culture stuff that we do here. That's a big part of our program here at the Glen.
It is a cultural exchange that mixes the traditional with the modern. It's a collision of cultures and a friendly exchange of mutual respect, making a difference in the community.
On behalf of all the people here at the Glen, we'd just like to welcome you here to the Glen Centre. This is a place of recovery where men come to get well, men who struggle with alcoholism and addiction. This is what we do. We come here and we sit around the fire and we share with each other in the hope that we can move forward and get well together. Going back to traditional days, that's what us as Aboriginal men did.
The circle of sharing binds together the ideals that rugby holds dear. Battle stories of real life in rugby. Tales of victory, defeat and the gallant fight back from the brink of loss. The forging of respect, friendship and a sense of community off the field.
When we're coming out here, we really know what to expect. With the boys at the camp here, it really gives us, it really boosts the players. It really motivates them after hearing the songs and the stories of some of the boys at the camp here. And after tonight, everyone's really excited and really happy about it.
On the other side of town, perhaps the greatest dynasty of Sevens rugby and first-time visitors to the event prepare in the piercing sun of the Central Coast.
I came to the tournament last year as a guest and ready to come over to have a look at it, the depth of the teams that are coming here, and obviously I went away with high praise really. It was a very, very good tournament. You only attract good teams and good players if you show a real enthusiasm, you have a real passion for the game, and that's what Craig has. He's very, very passionate about it. He wants the tournament to really succeed, and you do that when you get good crowds, but more importantly, you do that when you attract good teams and good players. It's ideally placed for us because it's a time that I've got to look at contracting new players that have come into Sevens rugby, because some of them have been playing ITM Cup rugby, playing 15s, and the transition from 15s to Sevens does take a long time, and I'm, as a coach, I have a real belief to be good at this game, you've got to be playing it and training it. It's going to give me an opportunity for some players to really impress me to secure an All Black Sevens contract.
Later that night, the International Evening of Rugby dinner allows a precious few fans and rugby lovers an audience with the master coach and his charges.
First of all, I'd like to welcome everyone here tonight, the representatives of New Zealand and the Australian side, all our guests, and thank you to the club for putting this evening on. We're in for a really intense tournament this weekend. We're very excited to see the teams that will be competing.
Our game is all about conditioning, and the sevens training of going for an hour and a half, you can clock up between 8 and 10, 8 and 11 Ks sometimes, just depending on the nature of the training. And what sort of a side have you put up here for this weekend? We've got certainly potentially a very good side. It's some of them are having their first tournament for a while.
And in a time-honoured Titchens tradition, some of the younger members of the squad are placed front and centre in the public speaking arena in an effort to nurture confidence and pride.
G'day, I'm Lewis. Yes, pretty me.
The evening provides many laughs, but those wearing the black jersey will not be taken so lightly in the days to come.
We're here now at the CFM and 2GO stations to go through and do some media with the Ozbox and also the Stars side, who have a couple of the Dutch national players on their side, so heading in to do a bit of media. I really appreciate that, and I'll get onto the email shortly.
G'day, mate.
Hey, Paddy.
How are you,
Prove
Craig?
yourself.
Yeah.
Come on around, girls.
Yeah, here we go again. How quickly? It is light.
It's like yesterday.
Yes.
This is probably the period of the tournament I hate due to the fact of sleepless nights and early morning starts. This is the real workload begins, but I look forward to when kickoff starts. That way the tournament rolls and we're underway. I couldn't pick a winner. It's anyone's game. So.
And all that talent right here on the Central Coast.
Very much so.
After almost 11 months in the planning process, the bright Central Coast sun rises on the weekend of the 24th and 25th of October 2015. And with it come 32 teams ready to compete in the men's and women's competition. Each side will compete in the round-robin stages before being split into the plate, bowl and cup rounds. And with it, the opportunity to reap the benefits of an event that continues to impress all of those in attendance.
It's hard often to find tournaments that you can really test your players that are in full-time residency at that high level. I was just impressed with the professionalism from everything from the lead up to the tournament to linking us with a local club that actually looks after our players, billets them.
The boys get a lot of exposure playing world-class athletes. We came down here with a really young side, so brilliant experience for them, and yeah, just awesome to be playing world-class athletes.
The quality of the competition, but also the relaxed atmosphere of the competition. Like at the moment, you know, they've got all these international teams, and you know, we're just the club side. So part of the experience that we want to gain is, you know, actually a club side playing against, you know, fully fledged international teams.
So it's my first time here, and I've been massively impressed as the weekend's unfolded by the organisation and also the calibre of the teams that we've got. The calibre of player is what's key to making these tournaments work and making them competitive as humanly possible, and Central Coast have definitely done that with this tournament.
It's just an amazing area, and of course a wonderful tournament. We test ourselves against the best from the Southern Hemisphere, and that's what we came for. It's the #1 tournament in Australia. Has been going for the last 3 years, and by no means is it an easy tournament, and to be honest it's more international standard, and so it's a perfect platform for our two national teams. But at the same time it's a good opportunity for us to show and see whether our development players can also step up.
Okay, boys, starting 7 on defence. You're going to defend the road, okay? Defend the road against rear rocks. These boys are going to offload, okay? We press up on them, get in that channel, look for those turnovers there. Assist in the channel! PSS 1 minute. You got PSS 1 minute, your own time.
For the Aussie men's and women's teams, there is the expectation to perform well, and interim coach Tim Walsh ensures his charges are primed for a hometown battle.
It's good, Henry, look at those Y lines. Give it, give it, give it, give it. We've got to be first there, then recycle. It's just going to open up everywhere. Oh, you are. Connect! Connect, Al! Just composure, Henry, just composure. We're making good tackles, getting in their offload channel. And they're so deep that our ruck decision is turning balls over. Okay, so make sure that we stay connected, all right? They're going to light feet, stepping on the inside, okay? So make your hits, get in the offload channel, and then amazing ruck decisions, okay?
Half-time advice enables the Aussies to gain ascendancy in the second half, despite the expected Fijian flair. And the locals cruise to victory with a successful first day under their belts. The Sevens will always take centre stage, but behind the scenes, Craig Morgan ensures that everything runs according to plan.
Yeah, so far 17 kilometres walked today. It's my role is to walk around and speak to everyone and make sure everyone's happy and that things are working well and put out any little spot fires that may be occurring. So it's quite tiring and a lot more kilometres to go today and tomorrow. Life's a dream.
Congratulations, mate.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, walking tournament.
How are the girls going?
Good. Yeah, well, I played New Zealand first. Thanks for that, by the way.
Thursday, all these things had been blown over. So we came back in yesterday and rebuilt it, but it's all turned out beautiful. So clouds are gone. I worry until it's over. When it's done, then I'll sit back and I'll look at social media and see what's happened there. I get the feedback from the teams, and if they're happy, then it's gone well. Ultimately, if they talk about it, then we're doing something good. Are you having fun?
Ever the family man, Morgan can switch from tournament director to dad in a heartbeat.
Oh, that's good. You'll rot your teeth.
During the 2 days of world-class Sevens rugby, winners rise while others fall. Players collide and tackles are broken. Athletes display their skill set, while the spectators admire it from a safe distance. Each team plays for pride, but not everybody advances. The Kinesio Cup Women's Tournament sees the Aussie Pearls race to a 24-point half-time lead, including a notable hat-trick. The second half is a tighter affair, but Emily Cherry seals the win to secure the title 31-14.
Cherry scoring a great try.
In the University of Newcastle Cup, the Aussie Thunderbolts and Fijian giant killers Tabudamu fight it out in the final, with the hosts getting home 31-21, making it a unique double for the Aussie Sevens program. In the case of the Central Coast Sevens, rugby is the winner and the event itself is the victor. The proverbial little engine that could, can and will for as long as Craig Morgan wants it to. And for the principal sponsor, the University of Newcastle, it provides a valuable opportunity.
It allows us to support athletes that are under development, and we've got an exercise and sports science program on our Central Coast campus, and so when this opportunity came up, we thought what a brilliant way to expand on that and to take it onto the world stage, because this is really an international tournament. This has been a fantastic opportunity because it's one where the community can really engage with the players and experience a fairly intimate setting for rugby that you don't normally get in an international class tournament. So people can really come, have a bit of fun, even connect with some of the players, and that's really something about the character here. It's a wonderful community on the coast, and what a brilliant opportunity.
As the teams move into a more celebratory mood, the stadium clears and the sun goes down. There is only one thought left for Craig Morgan and his team to ponder: how many days before planning begins for the next one?